Hey guys, today we're on patch 7 for Space Marine 2 to talk about the Bulwark, his prestige perks, and where he's currently at in the game right now. The Bulwark is an incredibly powerful class. I would say he is the second best class in the entire game right now, and by far the easiest to play. He is only behind Tactical as far as I am concerned, and he is just an excellent beginner class. And really, if you're coming back to the game after the recent patch, he's a great place to start and just learn the enemy movesets because he's very forgiving, he has a huge margin for error, and he's just pretty fun to play as well. And he also operates really well with fencing weapons still with the Intimidating Aura perk, and he's like the only class where fencing is still like super meta on when you're taking this perk. So if you just want to like learn the parry timings, learn everything with him. They also apparently fixed his parry timings because they were a little bugged before. He is better than ever. He's a great beginner class. I would just take him out for a test run. Now, that being said, let's get into some of his prestige perks because he also has some of the best prestige perks in the game. Now, the first perk I took on him was Auxiliary Reload. Melee kills of Extremis level or higher enemies restore your primary weapon's ammo by 1 magazine. This is a really good perk because it is the only ammo restoration you get on this class, though I will say it is a little underperforming compared to the one on Heavy, which is the exact same thing, except you actually have a primary weapon in the form of a giant fucking gun, and like that's pretty good. And this guy's got a tiny pea shooter. Well, not really a pea shooter anymore with a heavy bolt pistol, but I would say this might actually work better on the plasma pistol because plasma pistol is percentage based, heavy bolt pistol is based on the recovery of your actual amp magazine, which is 14 for the ammo version, which is the one you're usually going to take because otherwise you're only going to get like 8 shots back, or you know, like 8 shot in these two. So that being said, ammo restoration in this game is good. This is the only ammo restoration, though I don't know if this is super meta for some people, especially if you're playing in a team, because you might not be getting the Extremis kills. Though keep in mind, this doesn't count for your teammates' Extremis kills. It will count for executions. 1 magazine of ammo is 1 magazine you didn't have, and sometimes that is the difference with the Zoanthrope. And Zoanthropes have always been like the only thing this class really struggles against. So this is still a good perk, I'd say. I don't know if I would say it's as good as a heavy one though. Now, Resilience. Medicae stims restore 40% more health. This is pretty good on us, mainly because it just turns your Medicae stims into more value. And this guy also, 40% can take him up to like a little under half HP or over half HP. And perks like Steel Within, when your health is less than 50%, you take 30% less health damage. Health is worth a lot in this game already. He has a base 30% increased health. This means that he's taking even less damage on that health when he's below 50%. There is already a standard damage resistance that when your HP falls in Space Marine 2, the lower your HP gets, the higher your base damage resistance goes up, which is why a shot, like the initial shot that you take from like a sniper will take out 70% of your HP, and the next one will only take out like 20% of your remaining HP because you just have more damage resist, and this makes your effective HP that much higher. So you can combine Steel Within with something like Conviction, assuming you're not using a fencing weapon. This is what I would take for like block weapons, and your effective HP just becomes tremendous, and you stack Resilience on top of that, and if you do take enough damage to need it, you can just take a stim and it'll take you up to like half HP. So this is pretty good. I don't know if I would take this over something like Overcharge though, because charge attack damage increases by 20%. This counts for things like your chain sword charges, even your power rake on the power sword, though not your power worlds, keep that in mind. This is a pretty good perk. This also really helps with things like the Power Fist charge attack, and Power Fist charge attack, if you're unaware, like goes crazy far, and this thing has always been really good since the buff came out. And if you're using the block version of this weapon, the Artificer block for the Strength 13, you can use that for the charge attack because the speed of your weapon does not increase the charge speed of your charge attacks in this game for some reason, though I think it should personally, because otherwise like these weapons just become the best. But this is good for things like your power sword as well, for the power rake. Pretty good perk. Now, let's talk about Powerful Shot here. Range damage increases by 20%. Just always take this. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. Range damage increases in this game are hard to come by for a lot of the melee classes. You already have a heavy bolt pistol. This isn't as good. This is better than the assault version, actually, which is practice aim. Range damage increases by 15%. The only reason they nerfed this one is because they buffed the perk for auxiliary arsenal. Secondary weapons damage increases by 20%. So you pretty much get his entire class perk for free in a prestige perk, or, you know, quote unquote free. So pretty much always take this, probably like one of the best perks in this whole tree. And speaking of the actual best perk in this whole tree, Masterful Defense. Ability charge is restored by 1% for every blocked ranged attack. This perk is so hilariously good that I almost don't even take it anymore, just because like this combined with Invigorating Icon pretty much just means you can never die, especially against Chaos. You can pretty much sit in a Terminator's Soul Cannon and just hold your shield up and get like 3 Invigorating Icon banners completely solo, no inner fire, no like squad renewal from your sniper, and just sit there and just spam banners and get all your HP back until they rework Invigorating Icon. This is one of the many reasons Invigorating Icon is getting reworked, because it is busted. And this perk is still busted if you have something like Glorious Shield with Purity of Purpose, because this pretty much works like a little shock grenade on your banner. It pretty much does like the same damage. This will absolutely clear out Minotaurus hordes with your banner. The banner deals damage over time to enemies within this area of effect. Very good perk. Very good against Majoris as well. Just a very good perk. And this just lets you do your entire class thing better. Ability recharge in this game is hard to come by. This one just works for every single instance of range damage you take. This is the best perk in this whole tree. I don't think that's really a hot take. It's just OP. It's so good that like a lot of people don't even take it. Now, Standard Bearer, when Chapter Banner activates, you become invulnerable to damage for 2 seconds. This functions in the same way as the Sniper's perk for Emperor's Grace, where you don't only not take damage, you also don't get knocked back at all. And like when I say you have knockback resist, I mean enemy attacks pretty much phase through you. When you have this perk up, like you plant your banner down, you can literally just sit in a Hive Tyrant's wave or like a Neurothrope wave, like, you know, at least one for 2 seconds and just not get knocked back at all. I don't really know if that's like really a meta thing to do, but that's just a little neat thing that you can do with this. And this also guarantees that you can get off your Invigorating Icon, which means because like you're going to plant your banner down, you're going to take no damage, you're going to have all that contested HP come back, and you're just going to be able to get it all back, pretty much guaranteed. Just shoot them or whack them, whatever you want to do. And you also have a slower contested HP fade, so it's even easier to do that on this class. So if you're using Invigorating Icon, you probably take this. Rally Point is the next one. Chapter Banner additionally removes negative status effects while active. This is trash. Just never take this. Like, negative status effects don't matter in this game. And if negative status effects do matter to you in this game, you're probably not very good, no offense, and you should probably just take a one of these other perks that's going to keep you alive more directly. Now, what would I take as like in terms of picking order? I would probably go, if you're really trying to like min-max your damage, I'd probably just go like Overcharge into Powerful Shot into Masterful Defense, and then you can really pick between like Auxiliary Reload, Resilience, or Standard Bearer. Like there are a lot of good choices here, and like there are good arguments for all of these. I think Auxiliary Reload probably means a lot for a lot of people because ammunition is hard to come by, and being out of ammo on a Bulwark fucking sucks. But you could definitely choose some of these other ones. They're all good. This class has a very good perk selection. There's really only one bad one. So that's what I have my opinion on the actual prestige perks. Let's talk about the class in general right now. Now, I said this class is a beginner class. I know there are a lot of new players that came back, and this is just a good class to learn on. And if you're trying to learn with fencing weapons and you're leveling up your class, it doesn't take very long to level up in this game anymore with the new advent of the Absolute difficulty. Getting a Gene Seed on Absolute, even with no prestige, is going to get you leveled up to like a level 10 or 11 in one game. And I know not everybody's playing Absolute, but for those of you that are, and like you queue in randomly, and a lot of people aren't kicking players who are level 1 anymore. Like, it's actually pretty socially acceptable these days in the game to just queue into Absolute at level 1 because the game's not too hard at the moment. A lot of players are very good. They are able to carry players that are lower levels, and they're also pretty friendly. So if you're a lower level player, and you're joining in on a game and you're just sucking, don't really worry about it. Like, if someone's being toxic to you, it's really their own issue because like you can solo carry in this game pretty easily, and like, there's no point in being toxic to new players. They just want to like get some XP. I don't mind carrying players at all. I have live streams on this game where I carry new viewers all the time. Not always carry, sometimes they carry me. That's just how it is in this game. But the point is, this class is great for beginners. Pick this if you're trying to learn, and you also get your benefit of extra HP, so this will just let you live more, and you have an entire block for range attacks. It's very forgiving, very good class, number 2 class in the entire game. I'll probably go over into some more in-depth build guides on him, but really it's fairly hard to go wrong because he has like 3 good build setups like shock grenades, defensive advantage, advanced conditioning. You pretty much always take this. These other 2 perks do need a buff because they are not remotely as good as this. This is just like an always pick because contested health fading 50% more slowly really feels like how contested HP should operate in the normal game sometimes, because this makes an enormous difference. Now, those are my opinions on the Bulwark and his prestige perks. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and if you like content like this, subscribe for more. And as always, thanks for watching. Peace.